So it's 10 o'clock here in sunny Spain. Temperatures now is
Gentlemen,
28 in here.
may I
God,
have your attention, please? The show starts in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So 10 o'clock here in Spain. Last day of the month for August. They're going to say September then. So yeah, that's it now, isn't it? Downhill now. Coming into September. Not really autumn time here, really. I still think it's summer. Temperatures next week are still up in the 30s. So, yeah, just coming out of the summer season, eh? So obviously a lot of people are going back to work tomorrow. It seems like the Spanish Madridis have left the port here in Mazarrón, all heading back home. I think their kids start next week or this week. Next week, I mean, not this week, because it's only Sunday, isn't it? So let's have a look on the old comments, because no doubt we got a few in already. And look at that. Is that Arena? I'm sure it is. Anyway, Arena, top person. Looks like top lady, eh? I think that's what it. Yeah, top lady. Had a lovely. Thank you. So we had a lovely time here in Spain. That's the main thing. And weather's been smashing. But I'll be honest, it's been really hot this summer. Not unusual, but it's been hot. So we got Steve in the house and the missus. Well done. We got Ian Barkins in. Kev's in as well. Well done, Kev. Hope you're not working. Thomas again. Was that another Thomas? Tommy. Arena. Top lady. Thank you much. Cheryl's in the house. Richie. Well done. Bengal Bert. Des. Oh, Des is in. Glenn, Floyd Boy, Katie, James, SKSK, and Tilly's dad, the dog. So, got some questions already for you. But before we get into the questions, obviously tonight I'll be picking the free magnet Sunday. Not forgetting, upside down, not forgetting Chris from UPSTICKS, and but the main prize tonight up for grabs is the magnet sticker that actually works. I don't know if you can see it. There it is, stuck on my lucky telephone box. So it does work. It does stick better than Chris's sticker magnet, I must say. Anyway, I'll do that later on, probably about past. What else can I say before? Anyway, let's get on with tonight's stuff. Anyway, the first thing I want to mention, guys, if you probably didn't notice, if any of you lot out there happen to be in my Facebook group on Expat and Mazarrón, I'm shutting the group down. I'll put up a message Friday night, I think, and to say that I'm closing the site down for September. The only thing is, I'll have to remove everybody individually. Individually? Yeah, got to do it separately, which is to take yonks because I had 2,300. I managed to get down to tonight 1,800. So I only got 1,800 to go, and then I can close the group. So, guys, unfortunately, the Facebook group shut. Now I've written some stuff there. Now I started that group up in June 2019, but really it was for my YouTube channel, guys. I was hoping that by putting stuff on Facebook, people would watch my stuff on YouTube, and I know many of you have. And I've got to thank everybody that joined it. But I noticed over the past year it's dwindled. It's turned into a sort of a massive advert thing now. I shouldn't have let those businesses join it, should I really? But anyway, I did. And it's just turned into like all the other groups that we got here in Spain. So I've decided to pull it away. So if you want to know what's going on, you're going to check it on my YouTube channel, which you're obviously doing at the moment. So I just thought I'd let you know that. So I haven't blocked you. I'm just shutting down the group. But it would have put an over. I thought you could just do all the text and delete it all, but you got to do it separately. So it's probably going to be up for a couple of weeks, and I've got a couple of spare minutes. And Richie's done it as well. Hey, top people, I'm loving this, you know. So tomorrow I'll be going having I'll think after one of those big breakfasts at Rendezvous, the Godfather breakfast. No, I won't. Bit of toast for me. Anyway, very much, Richie. Steve, I haven't heard from you for a while, am I? US man. Bex is in. Right, okay, wait. Have I missed anybody? Let's have a quick look. Yabis is in from Torreveca. I bet it's hot there, isn't it, eh? I don't know what it is like outside, but here, I can tell by my phone. Hang on, technology, it's not one of my high numbers. So at the moment it's 25 outside and it's 28 in here. But I've got my fan going. So that's something, I suppose. Well, and Katie said we complete our villa. Well done. Tomorrow, eh? Lucky people. Enjoy. So I might see you around then, no doubt. Colin, Bex, Steve, get back to flying. Yeah, Steve, I've got a channel, mate. Check it out. Sean the Drone. Arena, sorry to hear about the Facebook group, but do enjoy. Yeah, that's what I mean. The Expat and Mazarrón YouTube channel is going on until I peg it. So you've got plenty more years yet, hopefully. Right. Arena's asking, can you get insect screens for doors and windows anywhere on Campusel? Right. Now, I believe, because I'm not a DIY person, but I think if you go into the Chinese store next to Consume, they sell the actual nets. You can do like a do-it-yourself kit. But there is somebody on Campusel. Obviously, if you look on the other Facebook group, I think it's called Beguntis, or Campusel is another one. I think it's called Kev the Fly Nets. No, Kev the Fly Nets. There's actually a guy that actually fits them in for you if you don't want to do it yourself. But yeah, the Chinese I know sell the fly screens, and to be honest, they're quite important, especially to stop the little mozzies getting in. But especially, yeah, the flies. But be honest, I think this year we've been pretty lucky with all the flying insects and that. But that's where you want to go. Sorry to hear about. Oh, so I'm just reading. Same question then. So pop into the Chinese tomorrow. Or I think it's Kev the Fly Man. Hopefully somebody's going to put up what he's written. That's it. Kevin's fly screens. That's it. Well done, Gavin. Top man for saving me there. Envy you the summer weather. Sure, we are in Slovakia, so I can read that one. The worst summers, is it? I know. I mean, I can't believe that there's some places around the world that have actually got the heating on now. And I can remember it back in the UK. I think we turned the heating off like July, and it was back on the end of August. I mean, I do love it, but sometimes it does get to you. Sometimes the heat, but hey, we got the whirly things. We got the aircon that helps out. So Thomas, yeah, Kevin's fly screens. That's what you got to look for. Arena, Kevin's fly screens. If you don't want to do it yourself, and I wouldn't want to do it myself because I make a right mess of it. They fit the standard windows. Yep. Right. So we got as far as we can on that. I've got 38 in the house. I don't know how many likes you are, but guys, don't forget the likes. Apparently, YouTube love the likes. Right. So I mentioned about Facebook. That's shutting that. I'm shutting down. Don't anybody that's friends of me on my normal Sean Matthews Facebook page. I'm keeping that going, but the actual group I'm just shutting down. So, Steve, this is his first question from Steve. Where would be good places to park all day in the port somewhere near the bus station? Okay, So Steve's asking. I think Steve's here now. I mean, obviously there's loads of Steves out there, but he knows what I'm on about. So he's wondering. He's done on about the Port of Mazarrón. Now, thankfully, now I would imagine next week you can have no problem parking in the back streets. And as you mentioned near the bus station, there's loads of streets there. I would say get down there a little bit early, probably before 11 o'clock, really. But you probably know the underground car park, actually, what I call the seafront, it don't cost much. But there's loads of places to go. Well, I always do a bit of a write-up as well, because I don't remember everything when I'm babbling away. At the moment, or later in the year, I've done all that, haven't I? All right. I mentioned about the back streets. Oh, yeah. So, Steve, because you've been here before, because I know you are. You lot I don't know what I'm on about. But anyway, if you go down to Mazarrón, and then when you get to the roundabout with the two metal boats, if you go right round the roundabout and go left, it's the road that goes off towards Isla Plana. And as you go along that road, you come to another roundabout. It's got a real, like a fishing trawler boat in it. And if you turn right there, and what you're doing, you're going back into the port. And as you drive down there, you drive across a little rambler. Now you can, funny enough, park in the rambler. Don't park in the rambler when it's raining, because it could get washed away. But if it's not raining at the moment, we haven't had any rain for ages, most people park in the rambler. But right next to the rambler on the left-hand side, near the Patang places, the people, they throw the balls, like water rally and that, they do that. There's the Spanish game, little small balls. You can park there and it's free. So, Steve, I would suggest going there. But I will say it's a bit of a walk from there all along the front, but it's good for your health, isn't it? Keeping walking. I wouldn't do it sort of like 2 o'clock in the afternoon at its hottest. I would do it in the morning or late afternoon, probably like 6 o'clock onwards, not a bit cooler. So, hopefully, Steve, that's answered your question. Have you got any more? I think, right. Looks like my comments has shot up somehow. So it's all right. Don't panic. I'm just checking it. Hi, Sean. Stop me there. What's a shame. The UK has had the warmest summer ever. Have they? As UK, I have to be honest. I know when I spoke to my daughter a while back, she did say it was sweltering. I think it's now back to 19, isn't it? Come on, it's not that hot, is it? But yeah, I have heard apparently everybody's saying that they've had a really hot summer. It's not rained a lot, all that stuff. But I think it has been a really hot summer, I must admit. Right, John B, it looks like we've switched weathers this year. I always use the underground car park, says Richie. Well done. Angie is saying, yes, it's been lovely, but the reservoirs are half empty. Yeah, that is obviously the only problem. But obviously, at the beginning of this year, we had a lot of rain and a lot of those reservoirs filled up. But it didn't take long before they all go back down again. We use the underground car park in the seafront. That's from Thomas. Well done. Yeah, I think I do like the underground car park because it's right in the middle and you ain't got to walk far to the bars and restaurants. Whereas the other end, it is a bit of a walk, but there are plenty of bars and restaurants along that front. Now, obviously, September onwards, a lot of those will shut down because the holiday season's over with now. But, hey, keep fit, Steve. Just walk along the front, mate. Okay, so we're back. I'll just mark that so I know where it is. Okay, so we've got another question in here from Steve. He's obviously getting himself sorted because I'm sure you're here now, Steve, and I haven't seen you yet. You're probably having a snooze, aren't you? He was asking about the Toltana railway station, still doing the coach pickup to Murcia. Presume the railway line is closed. You're correct, Steve. At the moment, if you go to the Toltana railway station, if you know where that is, guys, some of you will and some of you won't, But if you go to the railway station at Tultana, there's no railway line at the moment. What they're doing, they're putting a high-speed line in that's going to go all the way from Malaga. That's going to go all out through, believe it or not, all along. They call it the Mediterranean corridor up to Italy. But at the moment, it's in drabs and pieces, and I think it's sort of going from Almeria going up towards Murcia. But I still think it's a few more years off it before they get that railway track going. But it's correct. So what they've done, you can park in the car park there at the railway station. It's free, and you can catch the bus into Murcia. I'm not too sure. Is it the same price? And I also imagine it's also the same train times. So I think on the hour there'll always be a coach or bus, you want to call it, travelling from Tultana, and I think it will pop into Almeria de Murcia, which is the next town along, and then it would just drive straight into Murcia, right in the heart of the town, and then you can walk about. You could, if you wanted to, catch another train from there up to Alicante, and have a walk. Alicante is a nice place to go and visit, but that will sort of take your day up, really. Anyway, last time I caught the coach, Steve, well, this is going back a few years, I caught COVID. So as I'm going to say now, I haven't caught a coach since. But hey, it's always worth catching a coach, isn't it? But not catching COVID. So, okay, I've got Tilly's dad. What do you think of your story on GB News? What do you think of your story on GB News? Is that a new one? I noticed GB News, as every now and again, they seem to use Expat and Mazarrón news. I don't know what somebody said. I think it was you, wasn't it? Thinking about it, I think you sent me a clip in on that. I don't mind it. It'd be nice if they bothered to contact me instead of just taking whatever information that I've said. Yeah, I don't mind it, but it'd be nice if they sort of mention my name, not just expat living in the Mazarrón place. But Gavin, Kit Kats. Funny enough, I've got a couple of Kit Kats left. Only because the wife bought me some. But now, everybody, I mean, I'll tell you what, you lot out there have been so kind tonight. I most appreciate it. Okay. Kevin's saved you on deleting the Facebook. I've just left the group. Well done, Kev. That would be great if you had 1,800 do that as well. Save me a job. But hey, I don't mind sitting there for 2 weeks. Anyway, thank you much, Kevin. Top man. Life in Black Shorts. 32 likes. Well done. Come on, people. How many we got? 42 in the house. Come on. Can we get up to 40? Right. So, maybe others could do the same. Yeah. That would be a great saving, Kev, I must say. James, I was overdoing viewings on Condado Golf Resort a few days ago. I'm pretty keen on purchasing there. Do you have any recent updates on the hotel plans on the resort? Well, James, depends where you're getting the information from on the hotels. Now, I went to, as you go into Condado, you've got the big car park, and over to the right, I think it's called Nature something. They're a different building group. And I went in there and I met a guy. I think I've got his cards that I've got me. Let's see. Oh, I can't. Hey, that's good, isn't it? It's making it go. It's because it's green. His name was Evan. But he was a Greek guy, but he could speak perfect English. Anyway, he was telling me what hotels. No, he didn't. He said the hotels are on the plan, and I think I did see a posting from Alhama de Murcia, because obviously it's the council there. They were talking about the hotels, but as far as he was saying, that is a long way off yet. I ain't heard nothing else about it. They're supposed to be building 2 hotels, a new golf club, football pitches. It's all been put on hold. Obviously, I also noticed the building. There was one company building the whole lot. Now there seems to be like 2 or 3 different building groups in there now. But good thing about it, there's lots of building going on, isn't there? But reference the hotels, there ain't nothing going on. And now another thing he didn't even know about, which I knew about, they're supposed to be building some sort of surfing thing. As you come into the Condado, we got the big sign entrance. That bit of land on the left-hand side, they're going to turn that into like a wave for surfers. But don't forget, Spain's in a drought situation. Will that ever happen? I don't know. Anyway, the sales guy didn't know nothing about that. So obviously that ain't going to happen. So, James. No, I heard no. As soon as I hear anything about anything new, I mean, I don't know if they told you about, there's a proposed biogas plant going to be built just outside campus, which will obviously affect the Condado. But will that ever get built? I don't know. At the moment, we're all up in arms over it, and hopefully there'll be a big demonstration, and then it'll get moved on to somewhere else, like they always do these sort of things. Arena, okay, I've got another one here. If you put up a post in the group, tag everyone, it'll notify everyone. You could ask people to remove themselves, save you 100 people. That's very true, Arena. Good thinking, out. Well done. I'm glad you mentioned that. I will try and add that to the post that I put on the heading. Good idea, that. Yeah, because it would save me a bit of time, I must say. If you want to surf, just go to B sector for the next water, mate. You can't say that, Kev. We don't get that many water breaks. I mean, to me, I can't see them ever building that, but yeah. We do get water leaks, Kev. Come on, let's be honest on this. But it's nothing. You won't be getting your surfing board out on it, that's for sure. They could learn from the hotel next to us on Lower Sea. Yeah, Thomas, that's another one, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, I saw a post today on Murcia News saying that they're building 9 new hospitals in the Murcia region. I think one of them was Cartagena, Sanavia, some obviously all along the coast, really. 9 hotels, and we got a lovely hotel on campus that used to have a spa, just empty. I mean, I know somebody owns it, empty. And then there's a massive hotel, the other side of Isla Plana. I mean, they could turn these hotels now. Funny enough, when I was talking to the Condado guy, they're on about eventually old people's homes, which I think is something this area needs, because there is a lot of us old people here now, and having I think it's like a warden assistant thing, you know. So if you fall over, you've got somebody come and rescue you. At the moment, I've got to depend on my wife. Anyway, I know she ain't watching this, so I'm quite safe. So I don't get a frying pan on me head once I come up the stairs. I was considering it last week. Right. Okay, so we're back up to normal. We got 38 in the house. So we've lost a couple, people. Come on. So we got another one here from Steve. Funny enough, I can't remember. Oh no, I think it was the same Steve, and I ain't seen him yet. That's probably why he's put it on there. Can you fully explain how the traffic lights operate in Spain, especially the flashing yellow light rules, etc., etc.? I know what he means. When you drive into most of the towns or the villages, you will see like an overhanging light, and it'll be flashing. Now, usually they're there to warn you that there's going to be traffic lights ahead. And sometimes, even at the traffic lights, if they're flashing, get this right, because I don't want you lot driving through the lights, because I've just told you to do that. Yeah, if they're flashing yellow, I thought they're orange, but anyway, if they're yellow or orange and they're flashing, it's up to you if you want to risk your life and go across the crossing. I think what it is, it's just making you aware. You know, you don't have to stop. If it's red, you stop, don't you? If it's green, you go forward. But if it's flashing yellow, I'm sure it's orange, but anyway, it's got yellow. They got yellow on here. You can cross it. But I bet you, if you got some copper on the corner there watching you, what would you do really? I mean, I've gone through them. I mean, when they've been flashing yellow, I've just driven through. But I did pick up on that. So I'm going to read you off what I got off the internet. A flashing yellow light or two alternately flashing yellow lights does not prohibit passage, but requires driver to exercise extreme caution and does not exempt them from complying with other vehicles. God, that's just makes it even more complicated. Anyway, apparently, but don't take my word for it. But apparently, I've done it. So if the lights are flashing yellow, it's warning you that there's traffic lights ahead, and the traffic lights are flashing yellow. You take extreme caution, especially if it's a crossroads. If it's all clear, you can carry on. Usually, the traffic lights, especially where we are like on a timer. Like you stop at the traffic lights, there's nobody coming because the roads are blooming empty, and you're stuck there for 5 minutes waiting for the thing to go green. And what it does, you sat there, it's on its red, and then it just goes green. And of course, you're like in a daze, and you got Harry Ingalls behind him beeping his horn because he wants to move on because he ain't got time to waste. I hate traffic lights. But anyway, thankfully, one thing I love in this part of Spain, there's no stress in it with driving the car. Go to Murcia, yeah, the big cities, yeah, traffic jams and all that rubbish. But on the roads around there, you just amble along, you know. On the toll roads, you're lucky to see anything coming the other way. So, how far have I missed anything? Because it's moved. I'm just checking the comments again, and I know. Oh, you know what? Can't believe the time. It's only past already. Right. Okay. Don't tell Karma Still they're empty hotels. Oh yeah, good thinking that. Apparently, I did hear that there was some big here. They're a bit posher here. You know these dinghies that come across the ocean with all the North African people. They've got really big boats there, and they launch them up onto the beach. Now, thankfully, here the Spanish, even the what I call Joe Public, they jump on them and hold them. Obviously, they then catch a truck, don't they, up to France, and then they come across into the UK. I mean, I just don't get it. But yeah. Lots of empty hotels there. That would solve a lot of problems, wouldn't it? Who won? Hang on. Who won what? 41. Oh, right. 41 in the house. Well done. And 44 watching now. We've gone up a stage. It's flashing amber. Right. So let's get another question in before I do. Free Magnet Sunday. Okay, this one's from Gavin. Funny enough, it's you, Gavin. You're in here. Gavin, I've two palms that need treating to prevent palm weevil. I'm going to do it myself, but do I or any of the viewers have any advice? Being told the garden centre at the country club is a good place to try. Yep. The palm weevil. Now I think we've got a palm weevil in one of ours. We ain't got the big tall palms. We got one of the little. To me, they're like pineapple, but massive things. And I noticed one of ours is looking a bit. Looks like it had any water, but it's not looking very well. But yeah, palm weevils are a nightmare. It's like a little beetle bug that obviously kills the plant eventually. Now I'm not. Because you just mentioned about the garden place down at the country club, and I'll be honest, they're very good. The Spanish lady in there speaks pretty good English, and they're very helpful. You could try, funny enough, the garden centre on B, or they're pretty helpful, and they speak pretty good English as well. Um, that's not saying, Gavin, you can't speak Spanish, but I'm just putting it across there. Now we've been talking about this weevil thing. I wouldn't personally go into the Chinese place and pick up one of their weevil killers because it probably ain't going to work at all. But yeah, I would imagine good bet is to go down to the country club garden centre, and a guy would come out. And there's another good garden centre, funny enough. If you go down towards Barwavo, we come to the roundabout that's got it's like a sculpture of a yacht on it. There's a garden centre right on that roundabout on the right hand side. They're really good. We've had those guys come over to put some big concrete pots in our garden, and they also do the weevil treatment thing. I don't know if these bugs make a little noise, but yeah, good thinking, Gavin. Get on and deal with it. Remind me next year if we've done ours. Thinking about it, we do have a Spanish guy comes in, and he was supposed to, thinking about it, I can remember now that he was supposed to have treated it. So, yeah, the garden centre. Anyway, I did write off a little bit here. To prevent palm weevil infestation, regularly inspect your palms for signs of pests. Maintain the tree health by providing proper nutrients and water. Promptly remove any dead or damaged fronds, whatever that is, to eliminate hidden spots. Use physical barriers like smooth trunk wraps to deter the weevils. Never heard of that. Smooth trunk wraps. Cover pruning wounds with healing paste or insecticides and set up something. Go to the garden centre. Gavin. ain't going to cost you much, is it? So, I think it's that time now. It's just gone our past because it's that time. Up for grabs. It's Chris's. Chris, if you're watching tonight, I need some more of these, mate, because I've only got one left, but got loads of these, guys. So don't panic. So I'm going to do the free magnet Sunday pick. So in there, I've got 36 of it. Can you count them all? Now, I've got Yogi's lucky hat. Now, I think Yogi is watching the football tonight. He's actually gone. He's a rich git. He's up at watching Liverpool, whatever that place is called. I'm not into football. He's at the stadium this afternoon. So he won't be on yet. I haven't seen him at all unless he's watching me. So anyway, I'm going to press the music thing for the drum roll. There we go. Who's going to get it this time? Right. So, have we got somebody different? And it's Tony. Tony, hang on. I've got the wrong end, didn't I? No, here we are. Tony Stillcock. Is that right? Yeah. Tony Stillcock, you won tonight's free magnet Sunday. Top man, Tony. I'll leave it here just for a couple of minutes. So, Tony, if you contact me on my Instagram account, and that's still open, which is Expat Mazarrón, obviously. And if you send me a message through that, most people do that. They find it the easiest way of contacting me. You can contact me on Messenger, but most people do the Instagram account. Or if you can't still get through, just my arms getting heavy. If you can't, oh yeah, on my YouTube page, what I call the last page, I forget what you call it now. It's the end, where all the stuff is, where it's got me contact details. There is you have to press the email thing, and it says, "Are you a robot?" and my email address will come up on that. But Tony, well done, top man. Now tomorrow I'm meeting Colin, the guy that won the free sticker last week. He's coming all the way. He's not. He's funny enough. He's in Spain at the moment. He's coming all the way from Sanavia way. He's a bit further along. One of those Spanish places. I can't remember the name of it now. Anyway, he's going to meet me tomorrow for a cup of coffee. Maybe bacon sandwich, eh? Tony? No, not Tony. Oh God, Gavin. Is it Gavin? Hang on, Colin. That's it. See. Everybody's names there. Okay, let's go back to the comments because I can see I've got 19 comments there. I've got 42 in the house, so I must have at least 40 likes, haven't I? I can't see, unfortunately, on this bit of software, I can't see the likes on it at all. And it's dropped down already, down to 41. That's not good. Come on. All right. Anyway, let's see what we got. Okay, I've just seen that one. Gavin, don't tell. So Gavin's there, obviously. Gavin, who won? It's Flash and Amber. Sean, don't forget the news on Campusol. You were going to mention. Yes. Oh, funny enough, I've got that down here. And I will mention that because, yeah, I'll think about. I'll talk about that in a moment. Yeah, because it's quite important. Yes, I can't believe it. Congratulations, Tony. Everybody's congratulating Tony. Ian, you've not read the story yet on the local news. Congratulations. Well done, Tony. See, everybody's congratulating you, Tony. But are you on it tonight? Probably not. I'll give you a £5. Well done, Gavin. There are two more discovered. There were two more discovered in whatever that. What? There were two more discovered in Panania. Right, well done, Colin. Saved me a job, top man. 41 likes, says Arena. Thank you, Arena. Thank you, top lady. Well done. I've got 42 in the house. Well done. And Soli Ilabrella. Right, so I did write it down. Okay. Yeah, here it is. Right. I'm not going to mention the street because apparently, well, anyway, what we got? Yeah. Like in April of this year, two Ecuadorians disappeared. Just disappeared off the face of the earth. Like a missing person thing. And they put up the two photographs of the two guys. They look quite young, really. I mean, not teenagers. I suppose they look like they were in their 30s or 40s. I don't know if they were usually most Ecuadorians that we get on campus are usually builders, and I imagine that's probably what they were doing. They were builders. There's obviously not a lot of information at the moment. Now, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. They had a drone in the air. They had a drone that had a thermal camera on it, obviously to pick up. Anyway, to let you know. These two guys have gone missing. The Guardia Civil from Madrid had turned down. The heavy squad turned up. They've got into the house, obviously a villa, and apparently found two bodies in the basement. It's not been confirmed yet, and also, like I just mentioned, the tent. They also have a white tent, don't they? That they put up in the garden. Is still there at the moment, obviously looking for more evidence. And the last post I saw on the Guardia Civil site is they I think they said they arrested a suspect, one person. Two bodies found in the basement, but it's not been confirmed, and that wasn't that right. So that was the 30th, so it must have been Friday then. So that's all the information we got, really. Obviously, when were they killed? No one knows. Obviously, it's quite a what do you call it now? It's loads. It's on D. and there's loads of houses. I mean, we don't even know were they killed there or were they killed somewhere else and then taken back to this place. Apparently, they were staying there. Now we got there's lots of rumours going around that they may have been squatting there, but I don't know. Yeah, not good news, and not good news for the families, unfortunately. And I suppose the reason why they haven't confirmed the bodies yet is because obviously they've got to be identified by the families, haven't they? So yeah, so not the sort of thing we tend to get around here, especially that. Right, so hopefully I've covered that. I will be putting a video up in the week. What's been going on in the summer here in Campersal, the biogas plant, proposed building. Obviously, the two guys there. The green waste is starting to disappear on Campersal, which is another good bit of news. But yeah, busy summer here on Campersal. So anyway, have I got any more questions? Wrapped in soil. So Kev is saying castric soda. He's on about the weevil bug. To be honest, I haven't even seen how big this bug is. I don't think it's a very big bug, but I know it once it's in there, it will just kill the plant. And they're not. I mean, our palms are quite expensive if you go and buy them. I mean, and they're nice and big. But yeah. Okay, so we'll go back to the questions now. Now, obviously, jumped ahead there, mentioning about the two bodies that have been found on Campersal. Right. Oh, well, right. Martin has got a question from Martin. And Martin's asking, what is there around Mazarrón area for residents to do after the tourist season ends? I know from your videos that there are lots of places to visit, but what about the seaside resorts, beaches? Given that the port of Mazarrón is seasonal, do you venture there much in the winter or stay local around Campersal? And how do you manage your days in the winter? So quite a few questions there, Martin. I didn't realise. I thought it was just one. Anyway, do the restaurants you visit and other attractions around the port area close in winter? And is it still thriving? I presume the beach visits and the swimming in the sea is not popular during the winter months. So I wrote this down because I can't remember everything. I said, good question. In September, we still have the beach bars. So that's what I said. In September, here in Spain, it's still high class in the summer. The beaches won't be busy during the week. Obviously, weekends will still be thriving, still really busy. The car park at Bolwava will be packed out as always. But during the week, that's when I like going out. I always go out during the week because it's not so busy. I'm not great on busy and traffic. But it's September is fantastic. Obviously, the main, what we call the Madridis. Look, the Madridis come down for their summer holidays, and they've got lots of summer houses there, and it's thriving. But now, thankfully, they're gone back. Old Dorset Grockles, they've disappeared. So yeah, I can go down to the beach tomorrow if I wanted to. I don't tend to go down the beach like I used to. I'm not a beachy person really, but yeah. And still people go in the sea, it's still lovely and warm. October, obviously the beach bars will be gone then. One thing I didn't mention, obviously in September, another thing that will disappear out in the sea, these blow up things for the kids, like slides and whatever, that will all be gone. I think the jet skis, I think they'll be packed away. But everything else, and there'll still be bars open along the seafront. Not as many as there would have normally be. I mean, one of the good things, I ain't got to worry about booking a table in the evening. Like in August, you have to book it. That's what I don't like. I just like turning up at a place and eating something. But some places, in the summertime, you have to book it. July and August is a nightmare. But now I can just pop off down the port. The place is open. Obviously, as we get into November, December, it gets a bit like a ghost town. Lot of things not on, but there's still on campus though. There's still be music going on the weekends. And one thing I mentioned, and I've always mentioned it, is worth downloading this app that's called Hello Events. 2 words, Hello Events. Obviously, it's for the Campusole area or the Mazarrón area. It's a free app. You can download it on your Android or your iOS, and it tells you every day what's going on, be it music. Sometimes restaurants will put up special menus or whatever. If you're into keeping fit, there's football, squash, padding. I mean, I'm not into sports. And yoga is another big thing, isn't it? Pilates, whatever that's about. Yeah, you just can't get bored with it. And there's just so much going on. And obviously, like I just mentioned, the bars, especially on A and B, through the week, especially in September still, there'd be music going on. Maybe it'll be inside a bit more. Yeah, lots going on. But that app is a big bonus, and it's free, and it will tell you what's going on, really. Okay, on going on that, now I think it's the biggest event they have in Spain. In September, and I've written down the dates, and it's worth seeing, guys. And I've seen it for nothing. Some people will go and pay for the bus to go down to Cartagena, and it's the bigger Roman event. It's the Cartagenians against the Romans. It's massive. It must be, I wouldn't say 1,000 actors, but there's all dressed up in Roman stuff, and they got Amazon girls and people like that parading through the streets with all their, and these shields that they carry are like proper, as the Romans used to have, really heavy stuff. And they have a full-scale battle down near the old port. They've got like an arena there. I mean, you can sit down and pay a ticket. I used to watch it over the top for nothing. And then in the evenings, they have like a parade through all the streets, and there's music. And it's from the 19th of September to the 28th. So if you're in the area, guys, it's worth going. But what I will say, parking, nightmare. If you're gonna come down and try and watch any of it, you want to get down really early. Like I said, parking's going to be a nightmare. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it's worth it. I think I've done a video somewhere on my Expat Mazarrón. I think it'd be under the Campusole list about the Cartagenians and the Romans. Guys, it's so worth watching. It's just they're not firing real arrows, but they're firing arrows, with no tips in them, thankfully. And they're having like a full battle with their swords, and they got the horses, they got fire, they got blooming catapults. It's just amazing. And that's just down the road. That's about an hour's drive from there, down to Cartagena. It's so worth having. So how are we doing? We got just over 10 minutes. So I got a question from Glenn. Right, so I'm doing quite well tonight. Right, Glenn is saying, are taxis very cheap? No, sorry, get this right from Glenn. Glenn is saying, taxis are dear or cheap? Right, so I've got this off the net because I don't catch a taxi. I've never caught a taxi here, so I can't even say what that is. But hopefully you can mention that if you caught a taxi. But they're saying, no, taxis in Spain are not generally considered very expensive, especially when compared to other major European cities, with prices varying by city, but being quite moderate overall. For example, a short 15-minute ride to Barcelona typically costs around €17, where fares in cities like Las Palmas, the Glen Canary, or the Cadiz, among some of the cheapest in the country. Prices determined by local government rates. Now, I know in Mazarrón, as you drive out of Mazarrón, they've got these signs up. So I don't understand what that's all about, I think if you can catch a taxi, say in Mazarrón, you go down to the port, they have a set price. They're not allowed to charge. But obviously, once they come out of Mazarrón, they set their price. Now, I'd imagine we're probably talking €20, but I don't know because I have never caught a taxi. I'm just getting off what people tell me. When I went up to Seville with Yogi, we caught the Uber. I'll be honest, I was pretty impressed. All on your app. You book it, you pay for it. He turns up when you want it. You just tell him where you want it to go. You just put your finger on the map. It turns up, and that was very cheap. One thing I did notice is those bus tours they do. That was a rip-off. I think it was like €35 each or €40 each. And it's one of those bus things you can get on and off. But to be honest, once you've driven around the town on the bus, open tour bus, isn't it? It was handy because I didn't want to walk all around the whole city, but I just thought that was a lot of money, and that was each. So if you've got a family, so kids as well, that can be a bit of expense. But obviously we're talking about taxes, aren't we? I will check in the comments in a minute. So I got another question here from Anthony. Now I don't know if I'll get round to that because we've got 9 minutes left. I'm just going to check. We've got 36 in the house, so don't forget the thumbs up. Right, Kevin, not weevils. Oh, right. Another 2 people were discovered in May in Liberia, wherever that is, been missing. Same. So obviously something going on around Spain then, isn't there? Martin, the beaches are great in winter. Bonhuevo. Yep, I'll be honest. The first place we ever come to when I just fell in love with Mazarrón and said that's where we're going to live. But Bonhuevo, I think the first year, nearly every day we would go down to Bonhuevo with our deck chairs, typical old people, handkerchief on the head, and we'd pop over to the Oasis Cafe, which is open all year round, which looks over the beach anyway. It's just so peaceful and calm. Yeah. Irina, when would you be expecting temperatures to be hitting 25 degrees? Well, hopefully September. And the funny thing here in Spain is 1 minute, because I mentioned it before, it's like the switch. Obviously the switch went, end of May. The switch went and the temperatures went straight up. Now, I don't think the switch is going to drop really until October. But I would say probably mid-September, maybe it will drop down to about 25. It will just drop. Now, they are saying, I think this year we're going to get a lot of rain. And I won't be surprised. You might even get, what's that word? Because they keep changing the words now to make it sound friendly. Gutter freer. Now, that's when I first got it, they said it's a gutter freer. This is where a cloud just falls out of the sky. And that's where you see all these horrible floods. They've got a new name for it now. I can't even remember. I love the word gutter freer. I got a feeling we're going to get some of those this year because we've had probably about 5 years we've been lucky in this area. But anyway, yeah, I'm sure by about mid-September, the temperatures will drop down to about 25. October in the 20s. To be honest, even December during the daytime, it will still be touching the 20s, be like the summer really. But obviously in the evening, it will drop right down. It's cold. Expensive round here, in my opinion. Places on B, price list. Okay, so Kev, you caught a taxi then, have you? Right, €36. Oh, that's a little bit. Mind you, if you got 4 of you in the cab, that's not so bad, is it? But 36. Oh, okay. I was told 20, but I suppose that €20 was probably about 10 years ago. Late September, October, says Ian. There you are. See, but I think this summer's been really hot, and I think we've all been wishing it would be a little bit cooler because I think even now. If I look at my temperature thing in here, it's still saying 28. Anyway, it's definitely is colder in the mornings now because the sun's going down. Winter's on its way, unfortunately, isn't it? So we've got 5 minutes. I think I can get this last question in. I'm Irish. Hey, rains a lot there, doesn't it, eh? That's why it calls it the land of the green, isn't it? Right, Anthony, why are properties so cheap on Campersoul? So I managed to get this in on the last 5 minutes. Right, so I've written this down as well, see? Depends where you are on Campersoul. A and B are going to be a lot more expensive than the ones on C and D, and that's mainly to do with the amenities. Now, I just walk out my door and I'm straight into the bars and Allen's supermarket and I'm getting the Kit Kats. Not even a minute, which to me that's what I love. And obviously on B you got the supermarket, you got the bank, you got all the other stuff, the gymnasium. Whereas on C you've got obviously the golf club, which is handy. But on D you got the church, you got the laundrette. I think you got some hotels, not hotels. You got some hairdresser people and dog groomers on D. So the prices there do vary. But I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll have a quick look. Now, when I checked on the internet, which always amazes me, they get their figures. They do get their figures wrong. Now, when I first arrived here in Spain 10 years ago, you could get a property just over 40,000 euros. But now I checked on Mercer's. Now, Mercer's seem to do a wide range of properties. They do the most, to be honest, end of the day. Now, their cheapest property was 72,000. It did look like it, and it did say on it, it needed tender loving care. It looked like it needed a complete rebuild myself, but yeah, tender loving care. It's a 2-bed, 1-bathroom property, and it's on Campersoul C. But it did to me look like a lot. And I think property I think's gone up here in Campersoul. I noticed some of the Neptunos on A, some of them are like 250, coming up to 300,000 now. But yeah, you can still get a good bargain, I think. But those 72,000 ones don't hang about. They go so quick. But on the internet, they were saying 50,000. Well, sorry, 40,000 to 72,000. Well, 72,000 is obviously there now. That's what I mean. It's risen up that much. And I noticed some of the smaller properties here on A just touching 90,000, 100,000 now. And they're just 2-bed, 1-bathroom properties. So if you're thinking about Campersoul, main thing, always come and have a look first. Don't go and some of you, Gavin, I think. No, it wasn't you, was it? You didn't buy it off the line, did you? No, you actually come here thinking about it. Yeah, you got to come over, guys, and have a good look around. And also, don't forget the locations. I think it's the most important. You've got to fall in love with the location and then look at the properties. Don't just buy it off the internet. But I know some of you lot have done, and you got yourself a great bargain. Right, so I'm gonna have a quick flick through here before I disappear. I paid £25 to Friday for 6 of us, so that's not bad, is it? 25. That sounds better. See, she found a decent taxi driver, Kev. Got a lot of houses on to let to buy, yes, under 90,000, but they go quick. They don't hang about. No, we visited and rented first. That's well done, Gavin. I was thinking of somebody else. That's what it was. But yeah, rent. That's what we did. Rent first and then buy, just to make sure. Ian's already stuck in there because he knows I'm going in a second. So, guys, hope you enjoyed tonight. I got through all the questions. So, if you've got any new questions, that would be fantastic. Or else I'm going to have nothing to gabble about next week. But anyway, as always, very much popping in. Hope you had a great night. I have. I've really enjoyed it. This is the main thing. I'll catch you next week with some more, hopefully more news and questions for you and answers, obviously. So, Top Man Des, adios amigos. Catch you next week. I'm pressing the button.